Welcome to Vishnu IS Academy. So today we'll see some of the current affairs related to 25th of July. So coming to the first current affair. So as we know that now our manufacturing sector in India is growing a lot. So there is a question in each and everyone about like will South India has the potential to become a significant global manufacturing hub like China? This is a question we have in our mind, right? So we'll discuss some of the aspects as well as challenges we encounter in order to be like next China to the world. So coming to the first point, if you see, as we know in South India, because of the lot of investments, like if you take a company like Foxconn, there are a lot of investments happening in the Foxconn in the Chennai itself. So, and Foxconn and Pectragon are the two major automobile industries which are established in Chennai. So now it's becoming a manufacture hub due to the diversified supply chains and even proper supply chain management. And if you ask me, like, what are the potential advantages? So, if you ask me what are the potential advantages, let me tell you. With the first thing, as I said, so the potential advantages of this South India is nothing but a first lower labor costs. So in a South India, especially in a Tamil Nadu, we'll get a labor with a cheap cost. So labor are cheap in compared to the other parts of India, and even when you compare with the China, we'll get a labor in India with a cheap price, or especially in a South India, labor costs are less. And you know, in India, service sector is the most famous sector, and we are exporting all our services to different worlds. So because we have a skilled workforce, that's why skilled workforce is the one more advantage of a South India. So coming to the next point, if you see government support, there are certain government supports, like if you take production link incentive scheme, which is given by the government especially for the manufacture sector with a lot of incentives. And if you say there are certain states like Telangana in South India. Suppose let's say in Telangana we have a scheme called VHub, wherein women, all the women who wants to start the manufacturing sectors or who wants to come to the and be a part of all the investment sectors, they'll be given loans with a low interest of rates. And AP government, if you see, it's providing low interest rate loans and with the special incentives all the citizens of India, especially the people who reside in AP. So it is giving some schemes. So with the PLS scheme, and one more thing, now we are focusing on Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat also. So Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India are the important aspects where we can, with the help of this, we can achieve this manufacturing industry to be a good potential for our India and as well as South India as well. So other reason could be a demand. In economy, if you see, if demand rises and if supply also rises, this eventually leads to the decrease in price. So if demand and availability are more, eventually it leads to the price decrease in the price level. In the same way, because of the domestic market, because of now India, if you see, it's a most populous country. Because of the demand and growing demand of domestic products, we can see a lot of industries are setting up even in the South India. And next, if you see, there is a China One Plus strategy wherein each and every country in the world they want to replace China and searching for one more country. In that race, we have two countries who are competing with India. They are nothing but a Bangladesh and Vietnam. So Bangladesh in textile sector and Vietnam in automobile or manufacturing sector, they are competing with India. So it's a destined replacement to China. That is nothing but a China plus one strategy. So these are the some of the things which we can see, and because of that we are seeing some manufacture growth. That's why you can compare with the China. And for everything there must be some challenges, right? So there will be some challenges with respect to this as well. So first challenges would be infrastructure deficiencies. As we could see, still even though we are 36% urbanized, we are still facing problems with the roads, connectivity issues, highways and transportation issues. So these are infrastructure issues currently we are facing. So it is one of the most challenging thing. And one more, supply chain development. So though India is a developed nation, we are still facing a problem with the supply chain management issues. So that is the one of the challenge. That too, still as we are still producing the products, but most of the products for the raw materials we are depending on the other countries. That's why this is also one of the important challenge we are facing. And coming to the next one, so policy consistency and implementation. So we have so many policies to support our manufacturing industries, but our question is whether these are implementing in a proper way and these are implementing a consistent manner. Answer is no. Most of the things are not implementing in a consistent way. That's a problem we are facing because of the red tapeism. And if you see, competition for the other nations would be a vast challenge we are facing, because other nations like Bangladesh, Thailand, Vietnam and even Taiwan, in especially in the chip industry, semiconductor industry, it's growing a lot. Because of this competition we are facing challenges in the manufacturing industry. So but still, though we are facing challenges, and we, as I said, for India is still dependent on China for raw materials, we are facing such issues. And there could be bureaucracy regulation because of, already previously I said, like because of red tapeism or bureaucratic hurdles, wherein they can't take the decision on own. We are facing challenges. Though we have these challenges, still I can say South India has a good potential to become a manufacturing hub. Why? We have so many ports. Let's say, for example, in especially this part of South India, we have Paradeep Port, we have Visakhapatnam Port, we have Chennai Port, we have Ennore Port, we have Tuticorin Port and Mangalore Port in this side. So these are all the hubs of the all exports from India to other countries. So because waterway is the most cheapest form of transportation. So to Chennai, we have automobile, all the exports, and in Vizag or Visakhapatnam, we have all defense related things, or we can see some fisheries export also, and Ennore and all we can see some textiles exports. So these all like ports play an important role in manufacturing and exporting these all things. So with that, we can see South India is now well positioned as a manufacturing hub. But now it's a just journey, it's not a destination. So in order to do it, like in order to make South India a destination of manufacturing hub, we have to remove all these challenges and make a South India manufacturing hub. So let's begin with one more current affair. So INS Sandhyak. So INS Sandhyak is important one because it is indigenously designed. It is made in India, which is for hydrographic survey. So what is hydrographic survey? Hydrographic survey is nothing but if you are surveying our oceans or seas deep inside, that is nothing but a hydrographic survey. So INS Sandhyak, though it commissioned in 2024, in 2024 itself in Visakhapatnam, but now it has been deployed in a port now. So on the occasion of Navy Day, which is on December 4th, it has given to our Indian Navy by Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers of Calcutta in 2020 one itself. But it commissioned in 2024, last year in Visakhapatnam. Now it's starting to get operationalized. So this is a full-scale coastal deep water survey and oceanographic data will be collected. That's why it is very important. And if you see, you can have some hospitals and you can have this hydrographic surveys also then can be used. And what is the coverage in the sense, if suppose this is a coast, we have 200 nautical miles of exclusive economic zone which is given by UN clause. So up to that extent it can be deployed. And this it's a secondary ship, so it is limited to defense capabilities and even serves as a hospital ship during the wartime and emergencies. As we know, India is supporting whole the world if they are in emergencies and deploying lots of ships or war missions. So INS Sandhya can be used as a hospital ship also while emergencies. And so with this technologies and cutting edge and data acquisition processing systems, these underwater vehicle has a great capability to survey our oceans like Indian Ocean all the way, because India is surrounded with the water on three sides. It is important to have these kind of warships in our country. So that's why it is very important. And this is a maiden. So now it is deployed in a port called Klang, which is in Malaysia. See, if you observe, this is in port of like Malacca, Gulf of Malacca. So from Visakhapatnam and Chennai, it goes to Port Klang, and it can even reach to a important place of China. So that's why Port Klang is very important. Now this INA has been deployed here. So it serves as a good good purpose for all these ports, and even it shows our strength of India to all other countries around us. And that's why we are not only making for ourselves, we are making for the world and helping all our neighbors also. Thank you.